I said that to you in confidence, mate.
It's not.
I said that not like I want you to be the teacher.
There's only 8 girls here. This is basically in confidence,
What's
mate.
that?
There's only 8 girls in this.
There's 8 girls in this room.
So tell me more about this Bible, dude. You were showing me a little bit a second ago. First guest to BYOB, and I'm stoked about that.
This is the OG KGV.
King James version for the secular out there.
Yeah. This one is something that I got for my the Bible as a source of literature class in high school. This has the words of Christ in red in this version.
Yeah, that's a classic feature.
So you know when he's like, this is verbatim.
yeah. This is like the Genius website for like rap lyrics.
Yeah.
This is Hova, kind of.
It's got it's the BTS version. He explains exactly why he said what he said.
Yeah.
And verifies it all.
Nice. Dude, okay, yeah. So was there a little like illustration in there, like a card or something? What were you showing?
Oh,
sometimes it has pictures. That's
this is probably something that I got. It's a postcard. It says it's got like a classic God picture with like a gorgeous sun bursting to the clouds.
You want to show the folks at home?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Is this one mine?
Yeah, that's yours right there.
Oh yeah. You have a great future, guys. You have a great future.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know where I got this, but it's got some important words on it.
What's it say? You don't have to read the whole thing, but can you give me a little taste?
It's a lot of text.
I shan't. It's like, a wall of text, dude.
It's like the back label of a Dr. Bronner's soap. In the Old Testament, God appointed some cities as cities of refuge where men were shielded against the wrath of men slayers and remained secured until the death of the high priest. This is what it's starting off.
Damn,
like,
that's how it starts?
All over this map, honestly.
It's like in a world.
It's like in a world where men have to take refuge from men slayers.
When the manslayers approach, we must head to the city of refuge. Like, this video game sounds sick. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck it's talking about, but...
And, like, this is how it opens.
You have a great future. In a world where ash rained down upon weeping men.
The Apostle. Rated M for mature.
It's like, what was that movie where... He's blind, the Book of Eli. That's some Book of Eli type shit. Like,
what do you mean by I don't know what the book? What's the book?
That was a movie with God, who was the lead in that? It's like a post-apocalyptic thing where there's a badass guy in sunglasses walking around shotgunning more savage people down, people that are acting more savage than he.
Okay.
So he's like a righteous, like John Wick figure out in the dust or whatever. Okay. And the only thing I always remember is in the trailer, the bad guy's like hurt, and he's like, "It's not a book, it's a weapon." And that's something my siblings and I quote all the time. Everyone's like just has like great eggs in him. It's like, "It's not a book, it's a weapon."
So he's like hitting people and killing people with this book.
He's a shotgun. That's how he hurts him, I think. Oh. But he has the Bible, and he's the last guy that does. That's basically the premise. Denzel Washington, I think, is the last guy with a Bible, and he's kicking ass.
On earth with a Bible. So that's Denzel who's doing that? So, okay. So
if I'm wrong, I'm going to feel so stupid, but I think it was Denzel. It was a pretty big movie.
Well, if it is, I mean, he has a habit of making stuff that's like, okay, like really good. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely got good moments. It's a crazy premise.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out right after The Fugitive, which has been recommended to me recently as well.
Okay, nice. Yeah. That'll be a nice little double feature. Book of Eli and The Fugitive. And he's just like walking around like quoting the Bible in a badass way. That's a weird thing that American movies have where like someone's like, "Yea, though I walk through the valley," and like blowing someone's head. I was like, why do we think that's cool?
Why do we think dropping Bible verses
and shooting people is cool?
Yeah, is cool. Probably because that's what Christians love to do. They love to fucking
blast,
crusade, and blast, dude. Like, believe it. It's terrible. It's terrible what they've done.
How Christian did you grow up? You had a Bible studies class, though.
The Bible is a source of literature. It was like very clear. Like, we're gonna look at this from And this is when the people wrote this.
Yeah.
Um,
So it was an English class or something.
It was honestly a great class that I had. It was taught by Mr. Pittis, our
Once more ASMR style into the mic. What was his name?
Mr. Pittis. Mr. Pittis he was the principal of the school, and he was also the main drama teacher.
Okay.
And so his classes were, a lot of people didn't like him. He was probably an asshole to other people, but for me, he was fine. And he would be very dramatic and passionate with his lectures. So he taught like an architecture class.
Oh, wow.
This class, and he was like very into the grammar of it all and like the cadence of it, and
Wow.
yeah, and just discussing the story. He's a story guy, so he's the storyteller and stuff.
Well, that sounds like more interesting than your average high school class for sure. Is it high school or college?
Yeah, high school. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This is.
Were the people that mad at him, did they complain like you pit us against each other? Is that what?
Yeah. Yeah. He would do that, and he's like, and now it's time to address my name. It's like, we do this every day.
How would he address it? What would he have to like? Was he defending it, or what? Is it PITTIS?
Couldn't tell you.
He didn't write it in chalk. He's probably ashamed.
Yeah, honestly, Mr. Pittis, it sounds funny to us, but we never really like took a hold and like.
You never did anything with that,
nicknames and stuff.
bro. That's all I would do every day.
It was a small liberal arts high school. We couldn't wear words on our shirt. Like it was, it's kind of.
You couldn't wear words on your shirt.
Yeah, it was distracting. Couldn't wear words.
I've never heard. Well, first of all, I've only heard of liberal arts colleges. I never even thought about a liberal arts high school.
Yeah, dude.
You guys have been you guys have been libtarded from the jump, dude. You were in there.
100%. I was born for this. I was bred for this.
You merely adopted the liberal arts.
Oh, you guys like nature. I'm a part of it. Mr. Pittis.
Okay, let's do it. You want to do a scene that's like two students who just saw an unusual lecture, shall we say?
An unusual lecture?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How does that feel?
Yeah, sounds good. All right, see you, Jack.
Later, dude. Man, that was something.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, the middle, right?
Yeah. Started so normal.
He started normal, and then I was like, okay, well, I feel like we haven't had a sub in a while, so that was kind of like...
Yeah, and it's like usually you'd think a sub would play it safe, but it's like this guy, it's like he wanted to make a splash.
Yeah, literally wanted to make a splash.
And it's like it's not even a lab day. We're not set up for... He jugs of it. He had so many jugs.
Right, yeah. I mean, I understand the basic concepts of salinity and stuff, but I didn't need that level of like buoyancy material, I guess is what I'm saying.
It's like this was a process that he needed to do anyways.
Yeah.
And he was like, I need a space to do this. So then he got a gig as a sub and just used our lab, kind of.
It was very much like he was working on his thesis in front of us, right?
And like at one point, Sarah tried to get involved and he went, stand back, get away from my work.
Yeah. He was also dressed pretty crazy too. Like,
yeah. One bowling shoe, one clown shoe.
Yeah. But
Top
I think
hat.
we're beating around the subject here.
The middle.
Well, we all sound fuck that fish, right?
And then someone tried to knock it away, and he went, "Get back! It's part of my research."
Give him back to me.
Yeah, someone did get it. They did get it away from him, and he snatched it back. And the fish thought he was
It
done.
was a big fish.
Folks, it's Holy Smokes. Where we smoke weed, tell Bible stories. My name is Scoochie Boochie. Groovebox is here. Or should I introduce you by your name? Which do you prefer? What are you trying to promote?
I think Dylan Carey would work.
Dylan Carey's in the cut.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing the show, man. How you doing?
I don't think I evolved into my.
I went back and forth on it. I was like, well, if this makes anyone go listen to my raps, cool. I don't know.
For sure, yeah.
You know?
Well, I feel like we started off in me being in my high school era, which Groovebox didn't exist at that time.
Yeah, it
so
wasn't
I think
even.
Dylan Carey is the way to go today.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, let's tell some Bible stories, dude. Go ahead, man. What are we doing today?
Yeah, so this is the story about basically the concert tour of Paul. If you're familiar with Paul and his incident with Eutychus. That's his name.
Eutychus.
Paul and Eutychus.
Utica's a real place. Where's that at?
Eutychus is a
Utica, New
place?
York.
Okay.
But Eutychus is a
Ithaca,
guy.
I think is Ithaca.
No, there's a Utica somewhere.
Okay.
I am now thinking about Ithaca.
So this is Paul and Ithaca, the story. This is the story of Paul and Eutychus. Paul, if you don't already know, he was not one of the disciples, not one of the 12 disciples, but he was, I believe, an apostle.
Yes.
So one of the kind of like main guys of being like, yo, Jesus is cool. He is he.
He's one of the main guys. He's him.
He is him. He thinks he is, and we all think he is too.
He really think he really thought he was the Kwisatz Haderach.
He really did. Just to kind of set the scene a little bit here, this story is from Acts, which I found out today, is kind of like where all these apostles are going and spreading the good word of Jesus.
Yes. This is a book of the Bible after the main Gospels of Jesus story, and it's actually where we get the name for the test, ACTs.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Okay. I was gonna say, so you like know this shit.
I do, but that was bullshit.
But the end part was bullshit. You had
that was just for me.
Yeah. And Paul is one of the apostles spreading the good word, and he strikes me as more of a writer.
Yeah. Face to face, maybe a little weird, like a lot of authors are.
Yes.
This is the guy that wrote Revelations, the craziest book.
He wrote Revelations.
Yeah.
Okay. So this my hunch is correct because they were like, it seems like he wrote some letters that were very important.
That's true. But he also wrote like some of the like classic shit you'll hear in like weddings and stuff. Like he's got some of the most famous like theological shit that he really sent sort of the direction of a lot of like what Christian belief is. Sort of putting pieces together after what all the shit Jesus did. Because a lot of times Jesus would just like do some shit and be like, you know what I mean? And then walk away and everyone would be like, actually, I don't know if we do. So Paul wasn't really like...
he's like, what he means is...
Here's what we believe. Yeah, turn it into like church type of shit. But then also, I feel like at the end of his career, he was probably just like smoking a cigarette with a typewriter, just banged out Revelations and was like, and then 1,000 dragons had their way with every bus on earth was destroyed by dragons.
Was he the first person, the first author to jump the shark?
He jumped the like 10-headed shark with breathing fire with tongues.
So he wrote wedding stuff. Did he write "I Do"? Did he pen that one? The famous wedding line.
Yeah. In sickness and in health.
Yeah, I do. So he is making this tour around the Mediterranean Sea, spreading the good word. I think he's been on this tour for 3 months at this point.
We've been on tour for 3 months.
Yeah. He's got to be exhausted, and he strikes me as an introvert, so he's probably like very drained at this point.
We're more popular than Jesus.
Is that which Beatle is that?
All of them. We can only do sort of a mishmash of enfants. And the way you get into it is paper cup. That's the phrase to get into a Liverpool accent. Paper cup.
Paper cup. Right, dude. Liverpool, dude. So where were we? Oh yes, we were probably somewhere near Tyrios or Trios. Okay, I believe, someplace near in the kind of like Mediterranean area there. And he's shipping out to Boston in the morning. No, he's shipping out in the morning. He's got like boat tickets in the morning, and it's Sunday. And people are like, can you do one more for us, Paul? We really need you. Yeah. So he's like, okay, I'll pull, like, we've only got like a day to do this, so I'm going to preach for a minute. So he is preaching on the third story of this building. A ton of people.
Kind of like an airport layover, like he's just in there. He's there for a day.
So yeah, he's there for a day.
He's got a boat layover,
and they're like, we got a bunch of people who want to hear you. You know, we've been reading your stuff.
It's Beatles again, dude. He's there at the last show on the roof.
Yeah. And so so he's doing this thing. A bunch of lanterns, bunch of candles in the room. So it's pretty hot. In there. There are some windows.
This is ringing a bell.
Which is...
I just now know what this story is. When you said windows.
Yeah.
What's that song about the...
To the window.
No.
To the wall. But yes, this is starting to ring a bell. And so a couple windows. And Eutychus is this young lad in the room. And he's got the window seat. So fresh air.
Nice.
It's the spot, right? But Paul is...
He's vaping.
But he's vaping. He's vaping. He's got one earbud in, listening to a podcast at 2x speed.
Smosher's falling off low key.
Yeah. He's all you can hear in the background is woo, woo. Just
He's got haptics on. This kid's a piece of shit. If your phone makes those sounds, you should stop that. People think poorly of you because you do that. I'm just trying to help. Oh wait, that's only in short films. That's in student films.
Yeah.
And people that don't have control of their life.
It's true.
I don't know. This is such a hot button thing for me. I'm getting heated. Inexcusable is how I
You're
describe it.
popping up. You're straight up Old Testament, I think.
What's the deal with haptics? February means a new exclusive video over on our Patreon. Patreon.com/HolySmokesPod. Thank you for supporting my dream of doing comedy full time. We had a lot of influx of new folks, at least over on the Scoochie Boochie side of things, because the car butt video did real good on the internet. So if you're new from that, welcome. Hi, hello, my name is Scoochie Boochie. I was born from a volcano, and now I'm the best rapper in the United States. And if you're here, you also know I got a podcast called Holy Smokes with Scoochie Boochie, where we smoke weed and tell Bible stories. Kind of like drunk history, but with weed and the Bible. So whether you know anything about the Bible or nothing at all, it's funny either way, because I have really funny friends. Every week I have a different guest, mostly improvisers from the Chicago scene, but also around the country. Just super funny folks, and we chat about our religious upbringing or lack thereof, and do some improv, and tell Bible stories, and do improv based on all that. And it rules. So thank you for listening. Maybe it's a little late in the episode to explain how it works, but I think you're starting to pick it up. But because it's a new month, that means a new video like every month here at the Patreon. And this month, it's one of my best sets ever. I did another show at the Green Mill, historic jazz venue. The show called Paper Machete. It's the best variety show in Chicago, in my opinion. And I got to try out some new stuff. And you might have been there, or you may have seen me do these songs at a recent show and been like, dang, where do I find that one about the UP or the one about dinosaurs? This is the only place you can listen to them right now. So check that out. And also, if you join the Disciple tier, you also get a cameo of me saying whatever you want. If you got a friend you want me to wish happy birthday, whatever. I'm very accessible. Enjoy the rest of the show.
So our boy Eutychus, the main hero in this, at the window, but Paul is going on and on. I assume he's probably face down in a speech, not a great public speaker maybe. Again, I'm assuming here, but...
yeah, it's like when you go to a Q&A with like Neil Gaiman or something, and he's like, well, when we began the process of when a tree takes root. And he's like quoting books you haven't heard at all.
Yeah.
And you're like, why, man?
It's a classic don't meet your heroes, or this is like, this guy's good behind the page.
I like that though. If you go to like an author thing and they're like charismatic, you're like, oh no, is this like fucking Tony Robbins or something? Like it's like... yeah. Is it more about the personality? Like, to write a good book, you gotta be weird and have a weird life. Like, it's such a weird task to do. Just be like, give me 2 years.
You get suspicious.
And I'll give you a bunch of words, and it'll be good.
Yeah.
Weird life.
Yeah. Weird life. But yes, to get back to the story, he's in the window, late night. He falls asleep during the speech and falls out of the window. He falls 3 stories and dies.
Oh.
And he's straight up dead. And this gets noticed. Paul runs down 3 flights of stairs, and he's like, oh. He throws himself on this boy, wraps his arms around him, and brings him back to life, so that he can listen to more of his sermon.
Kid's like, I was this close.
I was so done
getting out of this.
And then he gets taken away, and the words in here I thought were pretty funny here. So, and Paul went down and fell on him, and embracing him said, "Trouble not yourselves, for his life is in him." Him being the big fella.
He's only mostly dead.
I can still sense a pulse. When he therefore was come up again, and had broken bread and eaten and talked a long while till break of day, so he departed, and they brought the young man alive. Damn. And were not a little comforted, which I don't exactly understand, that they were like, this is still unsettling.
Maybe they mean they were very comforted.
Maybe, yeah.
Not a little comforted, a lot.
Very.
I don't know, that's some weird KJV shit.
Yeah, because they also, and I'm just realizing this now, I think they were like, oh no, he's dead. And then they went up and had dinner and then came back down. That's the order of these sentences.
Oh my God.
It's like they were like, all right, let's go get some bread.
Shit.
We'll talk
Who's
about
hungry?
it. And they came back down. He's like, oh, he's good.
They see a boy
was.
fall and they're like, no one should have to handle a death on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Let's see.
They were like, to his dad. You're like, you're gonna be sad either way.
He would want us. These crescent rolls just came out of the oven.
Yeah.
He would want us to have these.
Have you heard of Pillsbury? Pillsbury?
Billboard donuts.
Billboard. Have you heard of Billboard's Donuts?
Billboard bargains.
Starting it. It's a train. It's a chain ride.
Damn, that's a wild. The fact
so-
that they waited to check that's the wildest part. That's really funny. Oh, what happened to that? That kid died, right? Well, obviously you got to check. It's gonna be gross if we don't. And then Paul's like, my boy.
Yeah, I assume it's that scene from Harry Potter where I don't know.
Goblet of Fire?
Name. Yeah, the Goblet of Fire, but that actor gives his all.
Yeah.
And in a wonderful way.
He puts his whole whiz-ussy into that one, dude. He's
yeah.
My son, my boy, where's my boy?
And then it goes right back into Harry Potter. Remember that?
It's like, oh. Anyways.
Anyways, dragons.
It's kind of the same thing. Paul was the guy running up, the only one who cared about the boy.
Yeah, but that's the story there. Boy falls out a window because speech is boring. When I was looking this up,
that's the clickbait YouTube video.
This boy literally falls out of window because professor is so bad.
Nowadays you'd see that and be like, huh. Let's go to the next thing.
Yeah.
Boy dies, blah, like your shit.
Yeah, strange times. Yeah, and I don't dive into this, so I was like looking up some like online articles on this.
What exactly did you Google to find that one?
I was like, boy falls out of.
So you remembered that this one's in there.
What's that? Oh, to find this one?
Yeah.
Oh no, this was. I was looking up like funny things on Reddit, like funny Bible stories on Reddit, and I was looking at a few of them because originally I was going to go with the build your house on rock or build your house on sand type of thing.
Yeah. You can have dibs on that one if you want to come back. That's a good one too.
Yeah, it seemed like all the hits right in there because I mean that was like Pearls Before Swine was in that like section. There was So do you have like an extensive knowledge of the Bible?
Yeah, I mean I grew up church every Sunday, Sunday school,
Damn.
youth group. It's like a part of my like family's life. We like read, like pray before dinner and shit. And then it's a Christian school, K through 12, tiny Christian school. Like chapel was in there and stuff.
Wow.
And then and then I went to Christian college, which then I sort of chilled off on it, and that wasn't as like involved or whatever. But yeah, that's part of the reason I'm doing this podcast. Like, do I have all this like just stuff I know about it laying around?
Yeah.
And I might as well do something with it, because it's not really applying it to my life anymore. But like, it's also it's a wild old book, dude. It's like one of the oldest books we got, and it's from like a totally different time. And it's also, that's why I specifically asked about like how you went about it, because it's such a funny problem to give my friends. Just be like, hey, go find a Bible story. And you're like, all right. Like either they've never done that or it's been a really long time. And they're just like, how do I, so there's like my one friend, Megan, Googled top 10 spookiest Bible stories.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like a ghost story. Yeah, we'd just done some book sorting in our house, and I was like, Kelly was like, why do we have this? It's like, it's from my high school. It's like, I'm going to keep it around. And then like, I think the next week you hit me up, and I was like, oh, perfect.
Yes.
There's a use for it.
Clutch, dude.
Yeah.
Well, let's do a little scene to end the half, and then we'll come back and do my story. Was there anything before we talk about that it gives you an idea for a scene? I can try to think of one too. A lot of good stuff in there.
I think the tour thing would be fun if we do like a little scene
on tour.
Like maybe a couple of people on tour in the hotel room or in the car, I think would be fun.
I like it.
Raw.
It's back of the throat.
What's up?
Back of the throat. If you're gonna.
Right, I know how to fucking do it. I've been doing it like every day this fucking week, mate.
I'm not trying to get on your balls, but it's
You're
just.
literally.
Initially, you say you wanted to work on your vocal technique. I just feel like sometimes our roar and harmonies are a bit off.
Okay, wow. First of all, wow. Second of all, how dare you?
I'm just trying to get better as a bandmate.
Right. I said that to you in confidence, mate.
It's not.
I said it like not like I want you to be the teacher.
There's only 8 girls here. This is basically in confidence,
What's
mate.
that?
There's only 8 girls in this.
There's 8 girls in this room. You've hidden 8 girls in
They're
this.
not hidden. They're just laying about. They're sleepy.
Well, I can't see them. I can't see them, and that's the issue.
This tour's ruining us. We can't keep the same accent. We've been over too much of the British kingdom.
Right, I hate the UK lag. I hate it.
We're from Cleveland, but we've been here too long.
Right. I love the Browns.
Oh my God, Deshaun Watson's fucked us over. He
It
has.
really is. You know, I'm glad we can bond over
We
this.
deserved it.
I'm glad we can bond over that still, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Okay, as tough as this gets, and as much as I nip at your heels like a little dog, I love you.
I love you too, bro.
I really appreciate that you set your life and your son aside for this. I know he was touring his own,
Yeah.
and
And we left him. Left him in Glasgow.
right, we parted ways. You make it sound like we left him at the airport. Did we? I mean, we did, which we did.
That is where we said goodbye.
Your son's 22, mate.
Crikey, is he?
He's 22, mate.
No.
You left him
No.
to yeah.
Well, he's a man then. He's at least he's a lad plus.
Right.
If not a full
It
grown
still
man.
was sad though. 'Cause
Yeah.
he definitely wanted to follow figure.
Well,
in his
it's
life.
time for him to leave the nest and all that. And like besides, he knows all the songs I do. Why can't he tour as well?
No, I appreciate that.
Imagine that if like a famous band, it's like the kids of Rolling Stones were still touring while the original Rolling Stones is still touring as well. It's like, well, do you want to see the original or the young ones? They're playing a cheaper venue.
Fucking hell. Yeah, that.
Language. Some of the girls don't like the cussing. See, one of them
Are they
lifted her head up
close
and
enough to hear me?
yeah, they're all around the bed, mate.
I can't see them, and I don't know if that's my problem. It's dim light in here, but I feel like I should be able to spot one of them.
They're mostly low. They're on the floor. There's blankets. It's like
Why are they low, mate?
Because me and you are on the bed. It's a queen bed. You and me in it. And there's these ladies all around.
Why are they not on the beds?
Because we're all tired from shagging.
Oh, right.
It's hot as hell here because of all the candles.
Right.
I cracked a window. One of them sitting in the window getting some
I
air.
forgot about all that candlelight, cannabis and cunnilingus that we were having earlier.
Yeah, we were.
Right, the three C's.
Kind of like cunnilingus and what was the third?
Cannabis.
Cannabis.
Right.
Hold on.
What?
What's happened to the girl in the window? There was a bird in the window, I swear to God.
Mate, I've never quite seen you silhouette like that. It's a gorgeous silhouette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it was a bird in the colloquial female woman sense, but now there's a real bird there and it's lovely.
You know what? We should try to sing one of our original songs that we're trying. The new one we're going to try the concert tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, count you in.
Okay.
1 and a 2.
Charlotte,
and a 1,
this
2.
one's for you. It's a little bit of a slower number.
Okay. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
That gave her a jump scare and she's fallen.
The bird's falling. Birds can fly. Why did it fall?
Out the window.
Just fly. Don't fall.
Huh?
I'm telling the bird. If you're a bird, just fly. Don't fall. Why would you just fall?
That human woman was a bird.
She turned into a bird when you saw that lovely figure. I said,
Oh my God, I missed that part completely. She turned into a bird.
yeah.
We were singing to
But
a
then
bird.
she plummeted
mate.
like a human woman. So now I don't know
She
what to
turned back.
think. Bad
She
timing.
fell. Oh, terrible choice. Oh, God. Ah, that's terrible.
It's terrible.
I'd say the song, we should not try it tomorrow. If that's the reaction we're getting.
Yes. So far, the kill count on that song is too high.
It's way higher than I imagined.
That's why I was giving you the note on the voice, because I feel like maybe it'd be less of a bloodbath if you fixed that some of the tuning issues.
Right, I'm surprised that you all of a sudden just want to bring that directly to my door.
Don't turn your back on me in the queen bed. Don't roll over with the comforter all tucked in around your shoulder. Talk to me.
It's not tucked in around my shoulder, it's just comfy on me.
You're not supposed to go to bed angry. That's a real verse from the Bible.
I'm not angry.
Okay.
I'm frustrated at you for being a dick.
I just start punching you through the comforter. Ow, get off!
Stop! Give me the head.
While I have this long Def Leppard hair. Huge mistake.
All right. Give me that belt.
He's spanking me. I'm your peer. You can't spank a peer.
Be a better friend. Be
Ah.
a better friend.
We'll be right back.